Da-da. Hello, dear wonderful people. We are Robert Babic and Marc, and you are watching Marotopia. And the most important question, Marc, how are you?
I'm fine because I have my Ayurvedic Marotopia tea.
Doing.
Cheers. The question is, when will we put this wonderful cup into our web shop?
Tea.
Shall we collect orders for the cup?
If the people are into it, why not? Why not?
This is the question.
Just before our start, just a minute ago, the police were ringing here very hard, and they told me somewhere were some explosions, but it has nothing to do with me. But on the way back here to the studio, I found something. Do you see this?
No.
This actually very funny. It's singles. I found them in a case, in a record case. They are all from my childhood.
Oh yeah, really?
Like really old, the original music from TV. Here, Jim Silk. Here, Classic House.
Oh, wow. So the records made it all the way to Malta, finally.
Yeah. Boy George or Falco. Because the thing is, I remember I'm always saying I'm not a DJ. And this is actually true. But in my school time, I was a DJ for not a very long time, because the people don't really like my musical taste. But in our school disco, I was DJing and playing music. And then when I got infected by electronic music, and of course I played like the early house stuff and stuff.
And your voicing is really fitting to this, by the way, because there's a little echo on your voice.
Oh, so I'm a DJ. Now it was funny. After a few weeks, they said, Robert, maybe you want to do something different. So my DJ career was stopping very early.
You want to know my theory about DJs? I would say everybody's a DJ.
Why?
I always experience this at home when my family members want to play their Spotify playlist.
Oh.
So since Spotify, everyone is a DJ.
Just seeing, we have all our wonderful people back at our show.
Friedemann, Mike, Andre, Mickey.
Super
cool. My goodness.
And
great.
Actually, maybe it's a good reason to connect my my record player again, and I have no idea why the fuck I ever bought something like this.
Maybe.
But maybe it's sample material. Who knows?
Of course.
Actually, okay. The thing is, as you know, I have some Behringer stuff, right? And on Monday, with my German class, I did a track only with the 808 and I was able to create all different kind of sounds, even bass lines, strange synthesizer sounds out of only 808 sounds by using the modular system, sending the drum sounds into the modular, and then with filtering and modulation, you could create amazing sounds.
Of course.
Yeah, be creative. It's always good. Be creative. Outside you.
Do you know from the plugin company D16 the plugin Sigmund?
Yeah, D16 from Poland. Amazing guys.
Yeah. Yes.
Super cool people.
You know the Sigmund plugin?
Yep.
I love it.
I have all of from them. I should use them more often. But
And now comes the thing. I can't use it at the moment because I have a new computer. I have a M1 chip.
They still didn't have. Okay.
I wrote them, and almost every plugin is already prepared for the M1 MacBook Pros, but not Sigmund. And I'm pretty sad, I must admit, because I love it.
It will come pretty soon. I think they are one of the last, right?
So dear D16 people, if you are watching us, please hurry up. Oh, what's that?
My cat is doing. Want to play some techno? I think.
I thought it was the torch of the policeman because of the explosion.
No.
By the way, vinyl, very important for all Marotopians who are Robert Babich fans and they want to have so far limited vinyl of him. These two, so in the background is also the systematic Bandcamp store, and these two copies
My album.
are the last two copies on stock.
Oh. On Bandcamp.
Yes.
So.
And then they are gone because the distributor has no copy left, 0. I checked it today. Compact distribution stock, 0 Marotopia. Okay. And these are the two last copies, including Hearthstone, Hotel Kalimba, Sonntag album version, Sin album version, Garden of Souls, and Infinity Inside. Be quick.
Very nice listening experience for sure. And yeah. Oh, I see. Somebody saw that today. I've been to the hairdresser. You don't see it. Actually, I have pink hair. I thought I'm an strange artist, so I need to have strange hair. So today, pink. Yeah.
But, no, you cannot see it at all.
Yeah, because of the.
I'm very sorry.
I have white light. No, it's not. No.
You have white light, and I have white hair.
That's great. Actually, I want this kind of white hair like you have. That looks really good.
Yeah, and it's not colored at all.
I need to wait a few years, and then I am. Hopefully, a wise white man.
Why not?
That's my goal.
Yeah, let's jump into the first topic. A very, very, very important topic, which is our Discord channel. I think we have 100 members approximately.
Ooh.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yes.
For everyone who's watching, you can be part of our community by following. Where's the link? Should I post the link again, Marc?
I can post it in the comments if you don't have it.
Wait. Invite people. Because the thing is, the link is always only valid for 2 weeks, and then we have to redo the link. Yeah, okay, great. And I post this as well. So if you are not part of our community yet, you need to do this. It's free, and yeah, it's actually a great place with cool people. We talk. Maybe Marc, you can show a little bit. We have some great topics here.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, maybe we should explain for all newbies what Discord is. Maybe not everybody knows this. So 23 people are online at the moment, and Discord is, I would say, WhatsApp 2.0, right? I mean, we all use
without the data collecting shit.
We all use these messengers like Threema and WhatsApp and I don't know all these names, Signal, and but it's one timeline, and it's very difficult to stick to one theme. And Discord gives us the possibility to create different channels, and we have the channels like a welcome channel. Then you can present yourself. We are very curious who you are. Then we have the demo feedback channel. And this is very important because we have some news for you from now on.
Very important.
We will play in every episode. If someone posts links in this channel, we play demos and discuss them. So it's your chance.
2 tracks per show will be played. If there are many, then we choose randomly. If there are 2 on that day, we play that 2 tracks. So if you want that we listen to your track together, like Marc, who loves breaks, and me, who is the break police.
Break and water. I like it.
Then send in your track, and you get 100% honest feedback. No nice, fancy, blah, blah. If something is super nice, I would say it's super nice. If something is not very nice, I say it's not very nice because blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, I mean, there's a special reason for this. We want to share our knowledge with you out there.
Music is coming in.
Yeah, and this is why we are providing this. And we believe in the creative power of everybody. So don't be shy and enter this group and post your demo there. And it can only help. I mean, don't be shy. I mean, nobody is perfect. And we just want to support you out there and share our experience and our knowledge. So what else do we have there? We have show feedback, also very essential for us. So please feel free to write us how you like the show. You can say that you liked it. You can say that you didn't like it. You can make suggestions what we can do better. You can make suggestions which topic is missing, which guest is missing. But please don't write Freddie Mercury and Michael Jackson are missing. So it's not only about having the most popular people as guests. We want to have interesting people as guests. So like Jonas a few weeks ago, who told us something about artificial intelligence, or 8Ks 1 week ago, the fantastic lady who told us a lot about the Ukrainian electronic music scene.
Yeah, Alex Kaspersky was also nice. And we should definitely invite more people.
Yeah, and if you have any suggestions or if you want to be a guest yourself, please write us ideas and topics. Then we have, of course, Gear Talk. That's here. Oh, and that my post is the last one.
Actually, I was trying to understand this. There were no videos, right? It's like an oscillator bank, or that's how I understood this machine.
Yeah, it's a very rare machine from back in the days. And I just posted it briefly, haven't checked it myself, but maybe it's something for the next show. Production tips, funny things, music you love, always
Marc,
nice.
there's an important questions. Maybe you have an answer.
Which is?
And the screen.
Mark and Rob, but the demos we post in the topic will only have quality feedback, or if the track is not signed with any label, and if you like, it could be a product for your labels. Yes, it's possible.
Of course, we both have a label, so if something is super amazing.
Yes, but the show is not an A&R signing show. We don't want to make a business of it. We want to support you. And there are thousands of great labels out there. Of course, there's a possibility to offer it to us label-wise. But first of all, we want to support you. And it's not only signing to a label. It can also be played, for example, in my radio show, Music from Space. So everything is possible. But first of all, we want to exchange our thoughts, experiences, and notions. This is why.
And share emotions. Because music is about feeling. It's not just a technical thing. It's mainly about feeling. On the dance floor, nobody cares if the 909 is a sample from a loop, blah, 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 or it's the real 909. If the kick drum is kicking, it's kicking, and people are dancing. So it's about feeling. Make it right, and the people will dance.
Correct. Okay, shall we listen to the first track?
Okay.
Talking about it. The noise in the background, is it your Discord server?
Which noise? No. Wait. Actually.
Then it's my signal. I think it's a Discord server when somebody's posting something.
Yeah. Because here now everything is on headphones, and I'm not hearing Discord. We just by talking about this, we have some cool new members.
Cool. Great. And there you can discuss stuff with us 24/7.
Welcome.
Okay, so we listen now to the first demo, and feel free to share to share our comments. So you can also leave your comments. So let's have a listen.
By the way, if you watch the show with your make a picture with your mobile phone, post it in your stories, and mark us. Right, Marc? So when you mark us, we will repost your picture.
Absolutely.
So create a bit of network.
As you see, it's not only watching us, we demand interactive.
Do it.
Interactive energy from you. Okay, let's go. Hello.
Hello.
Galo, insane Ricorpo remix.
Marc, because the music is mono, I think you hear the track in full quality. We, on the other side, hear actually It's also a good thing when you hear a track in mono, because you know if something is wrong, and half of the track it was really fading in and out, and it was sounding sometimes like sounds really disappear. So I think the original was very wide and very, very stereo, right?
Wow, not really.
Because sounds really disappeared.
It was a bit. There was a little bit of panorama, but to be honest, I don't see the problem, because I mean, I don't know your experience. Do you know how many times I went into the club, saw the mixing desk, and it was on mono?
Yeah, and that's why it's so important.
Yeah,
That's why I
exactly.
come to my conclusion that you have to make sure your track really works in mono, because so many clubs are still mono. They have a lot of speaker in their room, but they run the whole system in mono. And when you have a mixdown where you have phase cancellations, half of your track is missing. It's just is gone. And I think here, I'm pretty sure this track was kind of nice from what I heard, but it was really, really fading out all the time. It was getting louder, softer.
There wasn't an impressive panorama picture.
Okay.
It was a little bit here and there, very slightly, but there was no focus on the panorama. No focus on the stereo picture.
Yeah, overall, I think the music, the track was like a little story. Like it had a nice arrangement. It was, personally, from what I heard, I thought like the musical ideas were nice, but the sound design was a bit like we heard this kind of sounds so many times. A bit, if you would compare the sound design to food, okay, don't be angry at me, I would say this is pizza margherita.
Which people like a lot.
So that means it's nice, it works, but it's still pizza margherita, you know? But anyway, I think this musical-wise was nice. I thought this, you know, I'm not a Moog style, a bass Moog style fan. So when they have this typical Moogie things, oh, is he from Naples? Oh, perfect. You see, pizza margherita and Italy works perfect.
Is it him?
Yeah.
Cool. Hi, Vasily. Yeah, thanks for posting the link. Good that you are here. So my feeling is that you maybe posted this track a bit too early. I think we should take our time. I mean, Robert is really an exception when it comes to producing quickly. I'm a very slow producer and I want to take my time. And I think sometimes it really makes sense, as long as you're not Robert Babich, to wait a little bit and because here comes the thing. A song has so many levels, so many different aspects that it's very difficult, or maybe you have three brains like Robert, to look on all aspects. And I, for example, I can't. I'm currently working on a new electro space track, and I'm working on it now for 5 days. And today I made so many new things with this track because, it takes time. And I highly recommend to take your time. See it like a picture, and every day you can add something or change something, because here comes the critical point. You want to tell a story, and you have nice ingredients to narrate the stories. You have nice sounds, we can talk a lot about whether they are fresh or not, but they are nice and they are atmospheric. But there are a few transitions in this track I don't understand. There are very rough changes where I think, okay, but what's the story now? And there's one location after, I don't know, 60% of the running time where you just make a little break of half a bar or a quarter bar. And I was like,
breaks.
What the hell? Yeah, I mean,
What I'm saying.
I mean,
Exactly.
okay, yeah, one moment. That was a micro break. I mean, if you do it in the right track at the right location, I'm your biggest fan. But here, I was just in a flow, and then it was like, okay, off, on, and I was like, why? Why?
But they're
So
actually
let it flow.
your feedback
That's the
is,
point.
is
Let it flow.
your feedback is great because it also comes from a DJ perspective, because you play also as a DJ, so you have a different perspective on tracks, and that's very, listen what Marc says. Not only listen to my words, Marc is saying very important words.
I'm not sure whether it's a DJ thing. I mean, I want to jump into the world of this track. I want to jump into the bubble. And yeah, take your time. Take your time. And then I'm 100% sure you would find out yourself that these aspects I was talking about make no sense. Because you want to have some flow. And you must really focus on the transition points when you change the mood or the tune or the arpeggio or pad of a track. Then the transition point must be a good one. That's one aspect of art to make music, which is very important. And sometimes it can take a few days. I mean, but the best key to find a solution is to trial and error, and save it again. Version 2, version 3, version 4, version 5. And then maybe version 17 will be the one. I mean, I'm just receiving a remix from a very well-known artist. I will not say the name because maybe it's too intimate. He delivered a great remix, and the file is called version 21. So even the pros, they sometimes record a lot of versions before they are happy.
Maybe, Marc, as a small, actually, I would like to show this to our community. The track that I made last night, or actually this morning, like I recorded this morning, and all sounds are made from here, the 808. Maybe you can just play it for 1 minute, because I'm pretty sure it's mono compatible and has a tiny mini break and no breaks at all. But yeah, it's more of a, yeah, it's kind of a jam. Just to understand how things can work if the compression. Oh, kick is there, and slowly. So all these kind of sounds, all these strange noises, they come by FM modulating a filter. So it's the 808 toms or the snare, and I created all the synth sounds out of the percussion of the 808. Even this strange atmosphere noise, this in the background is by pinging the filter. you don't need to play it. It's kind of it's for my Dirt Cut label, made in a few hours, the typical way how. But I had fun because I said, okay, I only use the 808 and try to make everything out of this. Be creative in sound design.
Sounds good.
Thank you. But I love bass. But we should listen to the second track from our community. I just wanted to show how you can be creative with kind of minimal things. When you focus on just one unit, you say, okay, I have one instrument, one drum machine. How far can I go? This kind of stuff that makes fun.
Yeah, limitation is always a good driver for creativity, which is funny enough.
Right, Danny.
What is Danny saying?
Song storytelling is about surprises, tension, release, inspiring, following rules, breaking them, experimenting, confirming, everything of this.
Yeah, and trial and error. I mean, that's the key.
And having fun in the studio.
Fun.
Okay, cool. So Mike Strangelove. Okay.
Mike Strangelove, are you around? I hope so.
I hope so.
Please leave a comment if you're around. We want to talk to you.
Oh, he's mono-compatible. Good. It seems so. And nice tempo. And he's here. Welcome. Then let's hope something more is happening if this is just a sketch. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm silent.
Mike Strangelove with Overflow Draft 2.
Okay, Mark, you are first now.
I'm always a bit frightened to be the first one. Yeah, first of all, I like tracks which are a bit faster at the moment. So this is not fitting to every track, but for this track, I like it. The basic idea is good, but you can do much, much, much more with this. So what I was really missing is the edginess. I don't know you personally, but I'm pretty sure you are a very nice guy. So be rough, be dirty, go to the edge, cross the edge, see the red lights in your mixing desk if you have one. Make this track edgy. I mean, what I hear in my brain when I listen to this track is rough 909 grooves, overgained, too loud, with a ride and whatever. Make it driving, because this track must be driving. It has just a few elements. The main element is the bass line and this atmospheric sound. And if you make a track with reduced musical elements, there's only one solution to make it exciting. And this is, of course, to make rough driving drums. And the best instrument for this is, and I tell you a secret, the TR-909.
Before I give my feedback here, do you know, I just found out, do you know the tuning of the 909 kick? Did you know that it's G sharp?
No, I have no idea. When you put it in the middle on 12.
No, and on every tuning, the main release of the kick is always G sharp.
Oh.
Yeah, I just recently I thought, okay, let's sample my 909 again with different variations, and I just thought, okay, let's check the tuning. And now I understand why, when I was programming my live sets and my Rob Acid tunes, that I used a scale with G sharp inside. So interesting. So if you want to make the 909 fit in modern tracks that are mostly G or A tunes these days, you have to go one step up or down. Interesting fun fact.
Yeah, and here comes the thing about the 909. I have a personal story with the 909. I think it was in 91 or 92. I bought records where the 909 was played, and I was like, oh my God, I must have this instrument. What an amazing clap, what an amazing kick, and of course, what an amazing open hi-hat. So I was so keen to buy it, but you couldn't get it at around 91, 92. Then I found the Roland R70, which came out at this time. A chip-based drum computer from Roland, and I saw the advert and it said, we have 808 and 909 and CR78 sounds included. And I was like, yeah, I must buy this one. I think it was 600 D-Mark or something. And then I bought it, and I was so disappointed. You have no idea. The kick, but it was chip-based, so it was nothing. It had no punch. the hi-hat was so badly sampled, and it was a real disappointment for me. And since then, I hated the Roland R70, and I sold it. I cannot describe my disappointment when I bought it and when I found out that a Nano 9 is not a Nano 9. And now comes the good thing. 30 years later, there are so many clones of the Nano 9. I lost the overview. I mean, Behringer, Roland themselves, and other companies as well. And then D16, they made this plug-in clone, which is also amazing. And now comes the good news. They are all great. Or the TR8 is also great. And now you can use it. So it's amazing. Buy the Nano 9, put some effects in between or a little mixing console. It can be the crappiest mixing console. Overgain it, play with the EQ, record it live, and make this track alive. And then you have a wonderful techno track. Boom.
Yes, we do this show every week. Just
From now on, we do also the demo track check every week.
Yes.
So from now on, you must tune into our show every week.
Do it.
There's no way around. Yeah, now your opinion.
Okay, my opinion. Yeah, tempo was great actually. Yeah, it sounded like a sketch, but I like the energy. At the moment, I like a simple groove way more than super overproduced music.
Yeah.
Somehow.
True.
It feels somehow fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you're not doing some paddy melodic techno records, it can only sound fresh.
Yeah, it's strange. We now had so many years of melodic, melancholic, blah blah, and Babbage style is all about this feeling and melancholic and melodies and stuff. But with this Watson type of endless arpeggios, jumping here, jumping there, we somehow lost the roughness and the energy in the clubs, and that's where you see a DJ is playing and you see so many people with mobile phones in their hand, because the music is somehow elevator music. It's bad, but actually it feels like elevator music. It sounds nice. It's good for going up and down and up and down. But on the dance floor, I think we need to get back to some roughness,
back to drums, back to rhythmic stuff. I mean, of course, there is still good melodic stuff around, but I hear a lot of uniformed music, which sounds like the 2-3 leading labels, and I don't know. It's very difficult to kick me with this point, with this stuff at the moment.
I'm a big swing fan. Here's a question from Brennan.
Babbage and Marc, how do you feel about pulling bass lines off the grid? Swing and syncopation, as we call it. Of course, it's a case-by-case basis, but are you in large part in favor of bass line swing in techno and house productions? Robert?
Yeah, I'm a swing guy. I love swing and syncopation. 100%.
Yeah, it always depends cool. A bit on the track.
Of course, on the track. But yes, it's cool. Definitely.
Yeah, and sometimes just enter the grid and move the brickstones a little bit. I mean, they don't have to be like an atomic clock exactly at the grid. Nobody. There's no law to do this, and when a band plays, I mean, nothing is exactly like an atomic clock timing.
Beside my studio is equipped with an atomic clock. But that's a different topic. Yes, Klangattentat. We decided we do 2 demo tracks per show, but we will do it now every week.
You know what we also should do?
Awesome.
What we also should do, one day we should invite some of our Marotopians to our show.
Yeah, we can do
and
that.
listen
actually,
to
with
the
our
stuff together.
Yeah, with our system here, we can invite some people.
All of you.
Yeah, we at least a few of you in real time into our show. You can come into our show with your laptop or mobile phone. Super easy. We can do that.
I have a wonderful idea. I mean, we have our Discord server. Why not asking our Marotopians who should be in our show to show his demos? I mean, they can judge it even better than us.
That's a good idea.
So dive into our Discord server, listen to the demos in the demo channel, and then make a suggestion who you want to be in our show. And then you can show us 2, 3, 4, 5 demos in one show.
Good idea. I like it.
Yes. Okay. So what else do we have for tonight?
I just wanted to ask, because you changed the records behind your back on every show. What's the story of these records that you show us today? Is there a story? Is there something special? Because you change them every time.
Yeah, it's randomized. I mean, it's just for fun, and it's randomized.
Something special? Because I cannot read any names also.
I can show you. Meute.
That's the guys with the trumpets, right?
Yeah, and they made a cover version of Kerberos on C1. So they sent me the copy, and I just put it there randomly. And this is, this one I love.
Oh, Steve Reich, yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah, this is a must for every record collection. Steve Reich, 6 pianos. Oh, wow. Gregor Schwellenbach played it at Elbphilharmonie in Hamburg, and I was there. And this one I forgot. Shahabil Ahmed, the king of Sundanese jazz. It's even sealed still. I have no idea what it is. Because sometimes I buy records by artwork. Okay. Especially in Tokyo at HMV. I never listen to the records. I just buy them by artwork.
Actually, when you finally come to visit me now, when everything works out as we planned, we will go to the oldest record shop here in Malta. A really, really old place.
The oldest in the world.
Oh, it's even the oldest in the world.
I just read this. The oldest in the world
here,
is in Valletta.
I have a shop, the oldest.
Yep.
Okay, then we will go there. I take my camera with us, and maybe we make a little Robert and Marc go out and visit a record shop, and we can share this with you guys.
What we can also do is we can buy some records there and then record some snippets and put them on the server, and people can use the sounds.
Also a good idea.
More interaction, please. Okay, I want to show you something tonight. I don't know if you have seen this in my socials. Just a little advertisement corner.
Dum-da-dum.
And here we go.
A cassette
Yes.
player.
And here
Okay,
it
tell
is.
us something. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Old school Walkman, like a real Walkman with real cassettes.
yeah, it's a really funny story. I found these guys from Dirt Tape by accident.
Mm-hmm.
And they do something very special because they are an Italian online shop selling tapes and self-produced Walkman. And I ordered one Walkman, this one, the tape roller, for a joke price, actually. And the good thing about it is it's a classical new Walkman with USB connection. So I was like, wow, I need this one.
What exactly is the USB connection doing? It's for for the battery, or is there you can sample cassettes with this?
That's the point. You can connect this machine also with your studio, of course.
Oh, Mark,
So it
bring this
can,
with you. The place where I found my old singles here. I also had some really old cassette tapes that I recorded in my youth. I have no idea, but I collected some old tapes of mine. That would be nice to listen to them, because I would say they are 40 years old almost.
yeah. And when you order this, I mean, I'm not a shareholder of the shop, but I really like it. When you
Oh,
order
maybe
the Walkman, you get
okay.
this one, and
Mm-hmm.
then you get here the earpods,
Mm-hmm.
audio cable, 3.5 millimeter to 3.5 millimeter.
You can directly connect it to the modular system as well.
Yeah, and they also offer empty tapes. So for all producers out there, you can also experiment with your own music. Because when you record, for example, your bass line on a tape, the result is, of course, a little bit different than recording it to your hard disk.
Mark, can you post the link to the shop? People asking.
Yeah, absolutely. I will do this. And yeah, today is a very special day because, as you can see, after I bought the Walkman, the guys wrote me and said, "Hey, you released a cool album with the Dortmund Philharmonic Orchestra, reconstructing Debussy. May we license it for tape?" And I was like, "Yes, please."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, super cool guys. Maybe we should invite the guys also to our show, because it's really impressive also what they have in their catalog. As you can see, it's not only me, it's also Dr. Dre, Tupac, Nirvana, David Bowie, Nas, Miles Davis, and.
Oh, Mark, you are famous now.
Yes.
Oh. Cool, maybe I order one as well. It's stupid old school, but cool.
I love it. Boom.
But I understood that the USB is only for charging from the video.
Yeah, that was also my thought. I will ask them, but I mean, at least you can do it with this audio cable, of course. So there is for sure a
It's
possibility.
fine. Yeah, why not? Why not? Actually, why not?
Yeah, I find this super cool. Wait, I put it in the comments. Yeah, and let us know whether we should invite them. So maybe it's also interesting for you. I think they can tell us a lot of interesting stuff because I mean,
About tapes, yeah.
yeah,
Could
to
be
establish
cool.
a company in these days where you build your own Walkman and tapes is something. It must be from people with a big heart. And the funny thing is, a short time before I bought it, I produced the Voyage de la Planète album also on tape. So this one I produced myself, and it's a special experience. But with these, you can make your tapes as your own tapes as well.
Okay.
And maybe it's also interesting when you produce music. I mean, it's always very important to find ways of listening to your music in a more objective way. And when you record it on tape and listen to it, for example, on a Walkman, it can lead you to new ideas and to reflection as well. Yes.
Not bad.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah. Oi, that's a rough question. Actually, I can you answer this in a few sentences? It would be interesting for me as well.
Marc, can you take us through the whole process of working with? Oh my God! Yeah, if we have 8 hours time, let's do it tonight.
Actually, it's a super interesting question. I would like to know as well.
It's something for a separate show.
Mm-hmm.
To make a little teaser, the preparation took us 14 months. And I had no idea what was expecting me. And it was a trip full of surprises and full of moments where I got to know myself more, and also full of moments where I learned a lot of things about social aspects, because we work together with an orchestra with 70 people, plus the management, plus the concertmaster, plus the conductor. And yeah, that was a trip, because you have to bring all these people together in order to reach a common goal, and that was a challenge.
Yeah, I worked on one of my album tracks for Systematic with a quartet on my second album, right? Tbilisi was on my second, if I remember right.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, a second or third? I don't know, but yeah, it was a string quartet, and I had them in my room, and was a very nice, interesting way to work with musicians. I just saw a question from Tony.
Oh, any chance you can make a video on how you made Happy Answer? There is a video around, right?
There is a cool video around, not made by me, but a cool guy on the internet. He showed really accurate how I programmed all the sounds and the lines, actually. Yeah, maybe I can show the link again, or you will find it. Google, YouTube. It's their Happy Answer, how to make or something. But yeah, Happy Answer.
Yeah, by the way, Happy Answer. There is something. Paul. We have the poll running for another 8 days. So for all of you out there who don't know about the poll, we have started an online poll like 6 days ago, where you can vote 2 different things. Number 1, you can vote your favorite album name for Rob Acid retrospective, but you can also become the A&R manager of the record label, releasing this triple vinyl, because you can choose 5 out of 24 tracks, favorite tracks. Yes. So shall we post the links again?
Yeah, do it for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about this. Just a comment here that back in the days, Happy Answer was really played a lot on raves in the UK area, right, in Scotland, and they sampled it. They made jungle versions, drum and bass versions. There's even a gabba version. All unofficial, of course. Nobody asked me ever. The people just did it. And it's funny because I made this track without knowing how music works. It was one of my very, very first 303 tracks ever.
So I just posted the SoundCloud link, including the tracks. Can you see them? Because I have here one error message that it couldn't be displayed.
No, here everything was going through. And I think Friedman found the YouTube link to Happy Answer, I think.
Cool.
By the way.
Yeah. So if you're a fan of Happy Answer, you can also vote for this track. And for us, it's very exciting because the poll is running another 8 days. Next week, we will meet again Thursday at 8 p.m. Central European Time. And at 9 p.m. Central European Time, we will check the results all together. So the results...
I don't watch the whole poll, so I have till the next show, I will have no idea what you guys are choosing. Don't make a mistake.
But are you sure that the winner will be the album name? So will you accept it? You must.
We are Democrats, so I have to. I support democratic things. So, yes.
Cool. Okay, so for the end of the show, I suggest that we listen to snippets of the tracks and that you tell us a little bit about the tracks so that the people have a bit more feeling what they can vote for. What do you think?
I have a story for every track. Then our show will go on for the next few hours. But we can try.
Yeah, so let's pick out a few tracks.
A tiny something. Let's say Moderne Hesekiels, because this was my track made for my gig at Mayday. Actually, Mayday, when they booked you back in the days, they also made a compilation. And this was my track for the Mayday compilation.
Let's have a listen.
Where people thought I will make a super hardcore rave track, and I made something melancholic because I was melancholic. I never do what people want from me, but that's typical for me.
Let the music speak.
Yes. And by the way, it's still this TB03 that is in all these tracks from 30 years ago. Fucked up, used, still works. And the 909 used in that track is also here with me. Yeah. All the rights to this track should be back at me. I have no idea. I mean, I don't know if I even have the contract. But I think I was kind of melancholic at that time. Probably you could hear it in the track.
Sounds like this.
Another track, Die Nacht aus Blei, you see there, was released. I had a phase where I really wanted to be as hard as something. Just hard. This was released on Force Inc. back in the day. I wonder where the hi-hat is. Maybe you can jump a little bit forward just to understand. Okay, more stuff is coming in. Yeah, at that time I was searching for a new way to express myself with sounds and experimenting. Super old. This is really, really old. And endless breaks.
It reminds me on this stuff on Probe, the sublevel of +8, where everything was just destroyed and driving and percussive.
And actually, back in the days, every track was played live. Every release that you hear here on this mostly was done live, recorded on a on a mixing board and played live, because I found making an arrangement on a computer super boring, and at that time I was a little bit mad, and I thought, if you use a computer for make arrangement, you are not underground anymore. So everything had to be played live back in the day.
Do you remember how many solo tracks you played in this track? It's not so many, right?
Not so many, no. I think it was a few sounds. I think I remember. I remember the story. Okay, actually, the sounds were created. Do you remember Rebirth, the first computer 303 909 program?
Of course.
I used Rebirth to, I was putting sounds into it and made pattern with Rebirth, and then sampled this pattern into my MPC. That's how I made these strange sounds. I remember now.
Yeah, Robert, nice question from Max.
What should say the Robert from the 90s to the Robert from today?
Would say.
Would. Should.
Would. knock on wood. Okay. You better should.
These things that I should say now are not children friendly, so I don't do it. It's Robert at that time was a crazy guy. I was called Rob Acid for a reason.
And he still is.
So, next track.
Something about crazy guy. I saw Sven Fate a couple of months ago wearing a tee which said, boring people scare me. There's nothing to add.
Nothing to add to this.
Okay.
Yes.
Robert was very anders, exactly. Different.
Yeah. Maybe one more. The people should go on the Marotopia SoundCloud and listen. Exactly. There. They are all unmastered, because back in the days I had no idea what mastering is, and I had no idea how a compressor works, and every channel on the mixing board was just in red, always.
Yeah, but that's what I said. Okay, also something about this track. I love this track. I love it. It's great. I mean, it has so much soul, and there's just a few ingredients, but it's sexy, it grooves, it drives. That's exactly what I meant when we listened to the second demo, which had some really good basic ideas. Make it dirty, make it edgy, include some aliveness. and record sessions.
By the way, all the time when I had my Rob Acid project, I had a counter project called Decarbor. And if you read Decarbor backwards, you should know why. And Decarbor was my ambient artist name. I produced some albums, some really trippy, very meditative music, while as Rob Acid, I was just like a firestorm. You know, there's two sides of a crazy man, being nice and being a bad guy. That's me.
Okay, so let us know which third track shall we listen to. What shows your a different crazy side of you?
On Fire, maybe?
On Fire?
Yeah, it was there. Or something else?
Yeah, maybe. On Fire
Or Schokodreck, because it's so different. And actually, please, if you go on Schokodreck, I can say a little story to this, because it's yeah, you already missed it again.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I have a nice little tiny story. Yeah,
yeah.
Schokodreck to this. Yeah. Yeah, you don't need to play this whole track. I will explain this a little bit. Okay, so back in the days, I was experimenting a lot, right? And on that day, because I remember this, I had a pizza with magic mushrooms on this pizza. And so this pizza was doing something to me. And my studio was always on and ready to record. And now following thing, I switched everything on, and I was this noise in the background was I think a ring modulator going through a Russian Softtek distortion pedal. I switched this on, and immediately I heard these voices. So I didn't put this. You hear the speaking voices in this track. I didn't put them there. My distortion pedal somehow got them from space, and because I was in a different state of mind, I thought I hear some ghost speaking from somewhere, and the distortion in this track actually comes from because I was not really, clear in my mind. I at that time I recorded every track live on a DAT recorder. I put the input on 12, like maximum, without really checking. So everything was hardcore distorted on through this DAT recorder, but I loved it. Like it was so. It was like I had the party of my life with myself at that at that session. It was very colorful in my head, and I had all these voices that I never put in this track, and they are still there. And actually, later on, I thought, no, this was not true. There are no voices. And when I checked the recording, it was true.
The end reminds me on Daft Punk on the early days. So,
and the bass drum is a very, very simple 808 kick, but and the snare as well. It's very basic sounds. It's just a cheap organ playing doo-doo, but with this amazing hardcore distortion. Everything sounds like. I loved it.
So what do you think? Will this track make it on the compilation?
I don't know. There was even a video on was played on Viva to that track, because okay, just I need to explain this a little bit. I was always searching for different sounds and ways, and at that time, I think when I created this track, techno, we had different waves of commercial in our scene, like where people understood a pattern that really worked, and they made like commercial music. And I was always like, fuck commercial, I need to be underground, I need to be different, this is not okay. So I did music that nobody wanted to listen to, just me. But I was proud I was underground. Nobody cared, but for me it was important.
Cool, I like that track. Okay, so before we close the show, I would say at the very end of the show, when we switch us off, we will play one more track of the selection. Which one do you want to be played?
On Fire?
Okay. On Fire will be the closer of our Night Tonight. And before we close the show,
it's one of the final Rob Asset tracks.
Before we close the show, I would like to show you something.
Please.
Which I have explored yesterday. And I think it's very exciting. I found it on YouTube. And it's this one here. So I will just show a little excerpt. It's just randomly because you must watch the entire video.
Interesting. I will check this out because I loved it.
Songs that changed music. Amazing music, amazing YouTube channel by a guy from England, I think. And this guy you can see there, he was involved into the production of Slave to the Rhythm from Grace Jones. And he plays the solo tracks and tells stories, how they were recorded, how they came to the idea. And Trevor Horn, the producer of Propaganda and Frankie Goes to Hollywood, was also involved into this project. And it's a wonderful video in order to find out how amazing tracks can be produced. Because there were a lot of people involved and everybody threw his ideas or her ideas into this pot. And at the end, I mean, it's a masterpiece, right? Slave to the Rhythm. When you listen to it, when I listen to it, I'm like, how can this be? It's such a masterpiece. And just half a minute randomly played, and then I can also copy the link into the comments, and then please have a listen. Take this 30 minutes. They are really worth it.
To the rhythm, to the rhythm, to the rhythm.
But it's interesting. There's sort of less where you think there'd be more in certain places, and vice versa. You know, there's a lot more stuff going on in the first chorus than the second chorus. But then there's that little fluty thing I did. So that takes the place of the orchestra and a few keyboards.
In addition to all of these little bits and pieces, Richard Niles created a complex and interesting orchestral arrangement. While they didn't end up using all of it, what they did use is so iconic for the song. It even inspires that great moment where Grace Jones announces herself.
And then Richard Niles did the orchestral arrangement, which is very interesting looking at it because we didn't use a great deal. The bit we used that was a little bit of an interesting section was this. Which Grace heard, and thought it sounded like the Johnny Carson show. And because she thought it sounded like the Johnny Carson show, she, I think, did this.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Grace.
It was just a laugh, you know. We thought...
Yeah, and I mean...
I will watch this.
Watch the entire video. It's simply amazing. The entire video is full of moments where you're like, wow, this is the idea behind it. And it's so, it gave me a lot of impulses yesterday when I watched it. And this song is also a very nice example that sometimes you need patience and time in order to make a masterpiece.
Of course.
This is a wonderful example. And also, it's a wonderful example to collaborate. I mean, of course, we are always or sometimes making tracks on our own. But as soon as you take something into your project, somebody into your project who can play a flute or a violin or drums or percussion or comes from a different country with a different musical background, you can really fulfill your own music. And this is something we also said many times in our master classes. Collaborate, try it out, get new ideas into your project. And I mean, they took just little snippets of the orchestra sample. They in the beginning, they planned to take much more, and then they just took a few snippets. But without this orchestra sample, this track wouldn't be as great as it is.
Cool.
Yeah, I just post the link into the comment section.
Please. I will watch this.
Oh, yes, please. Okay, that's it for tonight. Thanks for joining us, guys. Next week, it's Thursday again, the typical Thursday, and we will unveil the result of the polls. So I'm very excited. Robert doesn't know the result. I don't know the result. So we will find it out next week at 9 o'clock. But the show starts at 8, and we will again listen to demos. So put your links into our Discord server channel, and then we are more than happy to listen to the demos again.
Right.
You have the last word, Robert.
Make music, not war.
Yes.
Music.
Good idea.
And thank you to the community. We have a great community. So many
Absolutely.
comments, and you are involved in this. So thanks to everyone, really.
Absolutely. Same from me. I'm very proud of you guys. Tell your friends. Let's make this community bigger, and then we can even share our thoughts and make more synergy with everybody. Okay. Dear Marotopians, thanks a lot. We see us next week. Bye-bye.